This week, the California Public Utilities Commission voted to approve a plan to allow utility companies, including PG&E, SoCal Edison, and SDG&E, to impose a fixed charge on bills. Included in the changes, a flat fee of more than $24 each month. In exchange, the utilities will cut electricity prices by 5 to 7 cents per kilowatt hour. This comes as earlier in the week, lawmakers in the Senate Energy Committee grilled California Energy Commission officials on the high gas prices here in the Golden State. California's average gas price, more than $5.31. The national average, $3.64. Joining us now to talk more about this, President of Consumer Watchdog, Jamie Court. Jamie, welcome.
Thank you.
It's been more than a year since Governor Newsom signed a bill that was supposed to go after big oil companies for price gouging. You were among the governor's cheerleaders on that, and here's what you said about it at the time. Combined with unprecedented transparency measures and a new watchdog bureau, this price gouging penalty will prevent Californians from enduring the price spikes and profit spikes that have plagued the gasoline market last year. Governor Newsom has balanced the scales on behalf of millions of Californians who no longer will have to choose between $6 per gallon gas and putting food on their tables. Gas isn't $6 a gallon right now, but it's creeping up. It's $5.31 is the average right now across the state compared to about $3.64 for the rest of the nation. Was the Newsom bill a fail?
No, it's been successful in many ways. We've got a new, basically, gas pricing czar on the job, and he has pointed out manipulations in the spot market that have resulted in keeping prices lower. He has pointed out the fact that we need to have the refiners keep inventories on hand in their refineries, and that's going to happen. What we haven't gotten is the price gouging penalty. So we've gotten more data, a lot of data, and from the data we know the oil refiners are making too much money. We know from the data reported last year on their refining profits per gallon that they made during the course of the entire year an average of $1 per gallon in profits the whole year, which is a lot of money. So we know what we need to do, but what the Commission hasn't done yet, the Energy Commission, is put in the price gouging penalty. They've developed a rulemaking, and the rulemaking is taking testimony. People like me comment. They're looking at the data. They've got to put a rule in that says if they make more than a certain amount per gallon, then that money goes back to the public. That's the penalty. And the rulemaking is completing. We have recommended a 70-cent per gallon top level, so anything over 70 cents would go back to the consumer. But they're facing resistance from the oil companies, so it's been slow going. But we are now seeing a price spike, but we're not seeing the type of price spikes we saw previously. In October of 2022, we saw a price spike where the difference between U.S. gas prices and California gas prices were $2.60 a gallon. Now it's actually more like $1.50, $1.60, but that's too big. But we do have some tools. The state has to deploy them quicker and better.
You've talked about the fact that you exchange occasionally a late-night email with the governor. One of them resulted in, or at least contributed to, his calling for this price gouging law in the first place. Have you had a chance to talk to him about his point of view on whether it's been effective?
I haven't. I mean, I work with his administration, and I think he thinks it's working. It's working in the sense that we now have an apparatus to monitor the oil refiners. That we did not have until this year.
Another big energy topic this week, electricity bill changes approved by the California Public Utilities Commission. And I need to understand this because I think many of us don't understand it. A fixed fee added in exchange for a lower rate per kilowatt hour for power use. The CPUC essentially ignored complaints by electric customers in approving this change. Here in LA, the DWP isn't affected by this, but many other users across our state will be affected by it. A fixed fee, lower per kilowatt hour charge. Why?
It doesn't make sense to me either. The fixed fee was supposed to be higher. It was supposed to be $53, $73. It came down to $25, around $24.95. That's still the highest fixed fee in America for a utility, and it doesn't make sense because disincentivize conservation. If you use less energy, you still pay the fixed fee. If you had rooftop solar and you don't need energy, you still pay the fixed fee. It doesn't make any sense. But the utilities really like it because it's a steady stream of income. They say that there'll be less cost when they charge you for the electricity, but it's really pennies for a less cost. So some people will pay more, some people will pay less, but the problem is the incentives are all wrong in this. And it goes down to the Utility Commission, Public Utility Commission, unfortunately being in many cases hijacked by the utilities. There's a revolving door with the PUC and the utilities. One of the last commissioners, Carla Peterson, became a vice president at PG&E. It goes on all the time. There's a bill in the legislature by Rebecca Bauer-Cahan, Assemblywoman, to try to stop that, to say you got to wait 3 years before you work for a utility. We need to clean up the Public Utility Commission before we can keep the utilities in line. This is not a done deal, though. The legislature is going to evaluate it. There is an assembly member who has a bill to try to stop it. And the commission says this isn't going to go into effect till next year. So there's time to change it. But in my view, it's not a good deal.